right, last but certainly not least, Dr. HEIDEMANNS QBA Riesling. It's sweet, fruit-forward, easy drinking. It's a really great find. I think this is actually one of Taylor's favorite regions. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love Riesling because it pairs so well with spicy foods. And honestly, I don't drink a lot of Riesling on its own. But man, when I'm eating spicy food, Riesling's where it's at. A great Thai dish, a nice red curry with German Riesling is money.
Here we go. Coming in with number 19 on the list this year is Eccentric ROBLES. Now, you might have heard the winemaker before. His name is Opie, and that's right. He goes by one name only, OPI. And this wine is super approachable, silky tannins, wild berry, cherry. It's great for fall.
Next up on the list, we have number 18, Muirwood Chardonnay Arroyo Seco. Many of you may know that I am the Chardonnay expert at Total Wine & More, and I'm telling you, this Chardonnay is rock star. Coming out of Arroyo Seco, which is a little area right in the heart of Monterey. The cool Pacific Ocean keeps all those vineyards nice and cool, so they get great sunlight all day, and then it cools off perfectly at night and keeps these nice fresh flavors in the Chardonnay as well. So next up on the list, we have number 17 wine of 2020. This is Double Black ZINFANDEL from PASO ROBLES. Another big, rich wine that we just absolutely love. These wines, this ZINFANDEL is coming out of PASO ROBLES, which for many years has been popular for grapes like Zinfandel. And you end up with this nice, dark fruited wine with a little bit of Brew fruit and even some subtle hints of boysenberry pop in there as well.
Up next, number 16, LAUDATO Pinot Grigio. Really excited to have a Pinot Grigio back on the list. It's really been a forgotten white of ours, and we're really excited to have it back on the list. Lots of citrus flavors, just a really easy drinking white. Anybody can drink this, especially for girls' night.
Perfect for you, Taylor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it sounds amazing. At number 15 on the list, we have Josh Cellars Bourbon Barrel Aged Cabernet. If you are looking for a big, rich, full-bodied wine, this is where it's at. When they take that Josh Cabernet and they age it in bourbon barrels for about 12 months, it picks up these nice notes of vanilla and a little bit of spice that complement those deep, dark, rich Cabernet fruit flavors as well.
All right, so number 14 on the list this year is Chateau Fabregues Costard des Nimes. It definitely makes the list because it's a great approachable rosé, dry and fruity, perfect. I love drinking this on the weekends or, with any food, salad, appetizers. It's fantastic. And the winery was established in 1955, so they know how to make good rosé.
Okay, up next, number 13 on our list, the Unanime Malbec. One of our rockstar brands has been number 1 on our list 2 years in a row. And by Opie Sadler, a winemaker so cool he only goes by Opie. This wine is really great, luscious, lots of red and black fruit, super juicy and oaky, and like drinking a glass of velvet.
All right, in at number 12, Pierre de Montignac MEDOC 2016. I want to point out the 2016 vintage for 1 second because we know with Bordeaux how important vintage is. And the 2016 was an unbelievable vintage, one of the best vintages you'll find over the last decade.
Seems like we're tasting more and more great Merlots these days, huh?
Yeah, I think Merlot is gotta be making a comeback here. I mean, Merlot has been amazing recently.
Number 11 on the list is Champagne GERIN Grand Reserve Brut. This champagne is just, to me, evokes this memory of croissants and brioche being freshly baked in the oven and coming out, and then just beautiful layers of citrus fruit, just apples, pears, everything coming out with that, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love champagne. People ask me that all the time. How do you drink champagne? I drink it every day.
What else could we do to celebrate even more?
I always love to use my saber to open up my champagne bottles. So the easiest way to do it is peel back the top of the capsule, and then you have to find the seam in the glass. You'll feel it, and then You just warm it up, make sure the bottle is really, really cold, and then you give it a good push through. So remember, find the seam, keep it clean.
All right, in at number 10, Edmundo Cabernet Sauvignon from Argentina. What a dynamite wine this is. The last two vintages, both over 90 points, and it's under $10. This is an unbelievable, great value, fantastic Cabernet Sauvignon out of Argentina. Highly recommend it.
We went down to the winery early in 2020 just to kind of see check on the progress of this new wine that he was crafting. And boy, we were just blown away from day one. But when we finally got to taste the finished product, it really is something special. I mean, for the price, my goodness, it's hard to go wrong.
All right, in at number 9, the Guy Mousset Côte d'Rhône. This is from 4th generation winemakers Frank and Olivier Mousset. These guys make tremendous Chateauneuf de Pape, and this is their everyday wine. I love this wine because it's so versatile. When it's hot out and I'm grilling, I can chill it down, and it's got big grapefruit flavors, and it goes great with whatever I'm serving up off the grill. And when it gets a little bit colder, I warm it up a little bit and serve it just below room temperature. Goes great with big meats. This is just a tremendous, versatile wine that's just easy drinking, and it's just a great value at around $15.
And number 8 wine of the year, FIREBRAND Chardonnay Reserve. This wine has one of the best, what we would call barrel programs in California, frankly. It's this type of barrel program that you would get in wines 2, 3, 4, 5 times the cost. It's big, it's full-bodied, it's rich, and oh yes, it definitely has nice notes of big, rich butter.
Taylor, is there any Chardonnay you don't like to drink?
I'm sure there has to be one. I don't know if I've found it yet, but they're out there.
Number 7 on the list is the Le Pré Vosges Sancerre from the Loire Valley in France. I love it with shellfish, but this particular Sancerre is just delicious. Sancerre is really just Sauvignon Blanc, and Sauvignon Blanc is trending. Don't be afraid of the Sancerre. It's Sauvignon Blanc. And number 6 on the list, the VENNSTONE Pinot Noir Tri-Appellation. What that Tri-Appellation stands for is the 3 regions in California that it comes from, Sonoma County, Monterey County, and Santa Barbara, which are arguably 3 of the best regions for Pinot Noir in the state of California. This is crafted by winemaker Joe Wagner, who is known for making big, luscious, over-the-top Pinot Noirs, and it's just really his style. He's got this house style, and I think he brings it to this VENNSTONE.
All right, in at number 5, Barasca Prosecco DOCG. I mean, let's just talk about this label for a second. Gold, shiny, glittery. How fun and celebratory is this? This is a step up from your regular Prosecco. If you really want to kind of just up your game a little bit, also works great in cocktails. Unbelievable, great value. Plus, it's a party in a bottle.
Here we go with number 4 on the list, Euro Toro La Enfermera. And this wine has a special meaning. So La Enfermera actually translates to the nurse, and it's to pay homage to those who helped the wounded at the Battle of Toro. They actually treated people with wine, so drink some more wine, right? Really, I love this wine. I was super pumped that it made the list.
Sounds delicious. I love Tempranillo.
All right, so number 3 on the list is Kia Ora Signature Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. This wine has made the list because it's super mouthwatering. It has notes of lime zest and that typical New Zealand quality about a Sauvignon Blanc that makes it so delicious. Sauvignon Blanc is trending this year, and when you think of Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand is the way to go.
And the number 2 wine of the year, Cabernario, number 8 Cabernet from Chile, in a small area of Maipo Valley. This wine is coming from a vineyard that was planted all the way back in 1964. And for many, many years, the winery blended the grapes from this vineyard into a lot of different wines. This is the first vintage where they bottled the wine from this vineyard separately and created what is now known as Cabernario number 8. It's intense, it's rich, it's full-bodied, big notes of dark chocolate, dark fruit.
Drum roll.
All right, this year's number one wine of the year, Ranieri and Vetro. An awesome Super Tuscan, great for everyone. We're super, super excited about this. Man, has Tuscany had a big year. Awesome 2015 Brunello vintage, and now we're celebrating Marco's Ranieri and Vetro, also highly rated. Great for anyone. And Vetro in Italian actually means in the glass. Marco actually made 100% of this wine covered in glass. This is the glass cork closure that is attached to the bottle on the top for the stopper. We were actually riding around in the vineyards with Marco Bacci, the owner. Marco talked to us the whole time, told us all the stories about his winery and how he's actually a first-generation winemaker, and in the last 5 years has had 2 100-point wines, so pretty fabulous. The Brunello from this winery also got 100 points this year, but we love the In Vetro for every day, and it couldn't be a better number one wine.